do you think of that view? This is, this is going to be it. This is where we're going to put our farm. I think in this episode here, episode 2 here on Hinterland, whatever, we'll be clearing out probably a bunch of this, like all these trees up in the front here, to make room for our first house. So by clearing out these trees, we'll then in turn be able to sell them, generate some income, and build a house. So we'll probably, hopefully by the end of today, we'll have I say things at the beginning of the episode and then they don't come to fruition by the end, but hopefully we've got ourselves a small home so we can, that tent over there wasn't horrible, but definitely could be better. So likely a bed would be nice. And then maybe a shed. And I'm noticing that, so if we take a look over here, in today's sale update, there is a tractor on sale for $24,000. I have no brand loyalty when it comes to tractors. I just like stuff that looks cool. I don't really typically go out and intentionally buy John Deere. Never. I like to customize color, and usually it ends up being black or gray or whatever. Pretty boring stuff, but in the end, I don't necessarily go and look specifically for John Deere. But you know what? If for a reasonable amount of money, we can pick up an upgrade and it'll help our farm, then so be it. So anyways, it's good to see that there's some reasonably priced tractors or a tractor starting to pop up in the sale. So maybe by the end of the day, we'll have an opportunity there too. But anyways, this is going to be our view. I think it's fantastic. This is the sunrise, and then we can start building fields out there. So anyways, I should make a mention in the first episode, I did receive a comment, a little bit of input, which I appreciate, from Derek. Derek, for some reason, I can't, I got the email notification. I can see the comment in the email, but I can't actually see it to respond to it on this channel. So super weird. Don't know why, but I appreciate it. You mentioned that use the vehicles for one contract to do all three, and at the end, just unload the excess fertilizer before collecting the cash. That way you have it for your land or other contracts later on. Yeah, I totally agree. Those little hacks are fantastic. Making the most of it. Most of what you have is good. What I don't know though is, like, so let's say if I spend, I don't know, $1,500 on fertilizer out of my pocket, am I reimbursed for that $1,500 regardless of how much I use or what happens with the fertilizer at the end? I guess there's only one way to find out, obviously, is just do it. Oh, in saying that, as we're all over the place here, I did not check to see, oh, look at that, no contracts. So maybe a dead issue anyways. We're on a new day and there's no contracts. So maybe contracts are now dead on this map. Who knows? Anyway, so we're going to start off with a substantial time lapse here, I believe, there'll probably be the odd cut in, but we got to get to work here. We got to cut down a whole bunch of trees. So I think in saying that, we got to get rolling here. So we got some trees cut down already. We're gonna make a big clearing there and get ourselves rocking. So.
I look out across the water, I smell the salt and feel the breeze, but in my heart I hear the calling of my old home, Tennessee. We don't know where these rivers flow, why the wind chooses when and where to blow. The sun is gonna rise each and every time, but I've still got Tennessee on my mind. From Reaper's Fork to Watertown, and maybe Johnson City or Memphis bound, miss the smoke on the Cumberland and the fireflies at midnight and the color of the leaves in the fall. Flow, why the wind chooses when and where to blow. The sun is gonna rise.
All right, I think it's time to check in here. We have been pounding away, load after load. We're at $34,000 right now. Not so bad. I've got a nice big open area here, but we need to figure out what to do with it. I kind of paused the recording there for a second, and I was going through some of the plow options. And I mean, so this tractor, I'm gonna load while we're talking here, but this tractor's got 45 horsepower, and I can buy a plow for a few $1,000s, but these plows are like 1 meter working width, less than a meter. It's just brutal. If I could somehow add 100 horsepower, I could really increase the potential for plowing. So I don't want to just sit here and cut trees down all day. I mean, I've been doing this for quite a while actually, but you know, it is what it is. The stuff's got to get done, and I don't really have another way to do it. A couple things: if I had the ability to add a front loader or something to this tractor, then I could potentially pick up heavier logs and expedite this process. But we don't have that. We can't. That's not an option on this tractor to add the loader attachment. So you know, that's fine. Now, so I looked. I think I can get a few $1,000s for this tractor if I was to trade it. There is that John Deere for $24,000, and I could add here. Look, right here. So yeah, this John Deere here. So for $24,700, let's just go right into it. Let's see exactly what we'd be looking at. Okay, so we got 112 horsepower, or maxes out at 146, but that takes us up to 32, which is pretty much all of our money. Granted, if we added $3,000, the fee is going to be like about $3,000. So let's say we got about 37. That would leave $1,500 to add. I don't know which one to add. The Howard standard motor. Take the wheels that are on it. No charge US spec. I don't really need the fenders. Don't worry about the beacons. We're not setting up for forestry, so we got the loader arm. So if we sold our tractor and bought this one, we'd have about 10 grand left. There's some other stuff we can do here. We can go in and, I mean, I do want to begin growing something. And I did notice that there's got to be, I mean, there's a greenhouse. We just have to add water. It's $3,000. There's a lake. You can pick up a water trailer fairly inexpensively. You know what? Let's do that. Let's put down a greenhouse because I would like to start doing something that's going to lead to us earning money. So we're gonna put down one of these greenhouses. So we still have to put a house in here that's gonna overlook our beautiful field. This greenhouse, maybe we want to just tuck in the back here. I want to find some level ground. Eventually this will all get cleared out, and we'll probably be putting some animals and stuff back in here, but for now we can just tuck this right back in here. There you go. Minimal ground deformation. Okay, so we're gonna purchase Thinking this is probably going to be the way to go. Pretty fancy. Okay, look at that. We're buying some equipment. Let's go pick up our water trailer. And let's get our greenhouse fired up. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely just continue to cut down trees all day long. And we had one load that was 4,000, had a bunch of sketchy loads with things dropping off. So I think the average size load that we were bringing was about $3,500. And I mean, in game it's 12:30. We started this at like 7, so it's been an arduous process back and forth, dropping off logs at the sell point for $3,000 at a time. I mean, I think I would have to go back and look, but what did we do? Like maybe 4 loads, $13,000-14,000 or something. We started off with 15, I guess. So we maybe maybe we did 6 loads. I have no idea. We'd have to go back and look. Go back and check the tape. But yeah, that would take quite a while. So by setting up our greenhouse and getting some crops growing there, at least it's giving us the opportunity to grow something that we can start to sell. That's not just wood. There she is. Now, I'm assuming that I can fill up in the lake. We're gonna find out. I mean, it's like that on every other map, so I don't see why this would be any different. Look at that. It's a can on wheels. Beauty. The other thing we could potentially do, setting up chickens would be fairly inexpensive, so we could potentially put one of the open, there's the open, I don't know what they call them anyways, open range chicken setups. We could put one in the bushes next to the greenhouse maybe, and at least that could start generating some eggs. We'd need to buy some chicken feed. Obviously we don't have anything right now to feed them. We'd have to buy some food, but you know, that might be something we want to get started here too. I don't want to sink myself here. But so far I'm not getting the option to fill this. Let's go try one more spot over here. Otherwise, I guess maybe we got to go back and buy water. That doesn't seem right. And I can't see why on this side it's going to be any different than where I just tried, but I'll try. All right, that's not working, so that's not cool. Didn't they say in the first episode that Farming Simulator is just a series of letdowns? So there's letdown number 1. I cannot fill this in the lake. Why not? Anyways, we're going back to the store so we can fill this up, I guess. I'm assuming there's a place you can purchase water. All right, let's figure this out. Okay, well, this seems crazy. I just spent $200 on 2,000 liters of water. Where do I get water on this map? I guess I can't just pull up to a lake and get water. So that really sort of changes the equation on the old greenhouse there. I guess I'm used to free water, but you know, I guess nothing's free in this world, even though there was a lake right there that I could have just pulled up to. Or maybe it's this trailer. Although I was able to just pull up to that that container and just fill up the normal way you would fill up. I don't really know what the problem is, but anyways, let's go. Let's get back to the farm and get this water into the greenhouse. I'm hoping the capacity for water is low on this greenhouse and that it doesn't take very much water, but we'll find out in a second. All right, we're back. Let's go put some water in this thing and get it fired up. I'll have to check to see what's selling the best for prices. What is it? Is it normally lettuce? Let's see. So we can grow tomatoes, lettuce, and strawberries 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 1-to-2. So lettuce is by far the most taxing on. There's our question about capacity. So we can put 5,000 liters of water into this this greenhouse. So let's just look here. So lettuce being the. So you're going to put 2,000 liters of water for 4,000 liters of strawberries. You're going to get 1,000 liters of lettuce, and you're going to get 2,000 liters of tomatoes. But what's worth the most? Yeah, it's pretty much all in line. So when you look at the lettuce, I mean, we're just going on prices right now, but I mean, that makes sense because you're going to get twice as many tomatoes as you are lettuce, and the price is essentially double, and you're going to get, it works out, basically works out perfectly. So it just depends on how much. I think what I'm going to do is I'll activate the lettuce because then I'll have to transport less of it. It's really what I think is going to make the most sense. So I could have just activated it in the production menu, but we might as well walk in here, activate the lettuce. Oh, that's the other thing, cycles per month. That stuff grows twice as fast, but really this is, okay, so it all sort of makes sense. There you go. Life. Okay, well this, I'm hoping somebody can give me a solution to this water issue. Maybe what I can do is put a water tower in, and then at least I don't have to go and. Yeah, let's just quickly look at that. If I can get a water tower for cheap, I don't have to drive all the way back and forth. I'll still have to fill it up, but I'm assuming that filling up a Oh, look at this. Yeah. Is that as simple as that? I've never even used a water container because normally you just pull up to the lake. There. Oh, okay. So it's a one-time purchase, $500. I should have done that in the first place. There's another 2,000 liters, so I can put that in there now. So I was starting to get a little worried that this was going to be a bad proposition here if I had to spend $200 every time I put water in, but now that I have this pump, I could potentially put in one more greenhouse. I want the one more greenhouse will grow tomatoes. We could probably slot it in right here. Let's get rid of this tree. Okay, and just like that, we have 2 greenhouses. Let's get some water in that one. we'll activate, I guess what, the tomatoes. Greenhouse 1. Greenhouse 2. Man, I'm glad I found this fountain. $200 a time to fill the water would have been brutal. I think I'm already up. All right, one more load, and that should, I think it was 4,500 liters. No, it's 5,000 liters, right? There, we got fresh water. We're growing some food. We're not just cutting trees down. That's good. I believe at the beginning of this, I said I was hoping to have a house put down by the time this is done. A house, I was like, oh, I'll put down a house and some sheds. That's maybe not necessarily the case. We might be sleeping in a tent one more night here. Which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I believe in most of the world they call that camping. All right, so we got that set up. All right, so we're gonna kind of coast through here, and there's still some daylight. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll get the balance of this wood picked up and sold. We'll probably be sleeping in the tent. We got probably another big day of tree cutting ahead of us.
Following a shadow down to the graveyard, gonna say a prayer, gonna pay my dues. I've been running wild ever since I left Virginia, trying to find a face that might remind me of you. I can see the sunlight rising in the mountains, orange and red in the morning sky. I know that the world is ever steady changing. Lord, give me wings so I could fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away. Any heart can shatter like a pane of glass. To the wind it scatters and lets go at last. Song for the ones in sorrow. Sing about the smiles that they'll never see. Sing about a love who's over across the mountain. Tell her that I love her. Don't you tell about, 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 tell about.
I'm just looking at one more thing. As I'm driving, I'm like, man, there's got to be some more somewhat passive income that we can start here without having a field in or anything. And then I was thinking, oh yeah, I did mention something about chickens earlier. So I'm thinking if I just stick one of these open range pens in here behind behind the water trigger, then we could likely get ourselves rolling and have some, farm fresh eggs in the morning. Just thinking if I stick it back in here. Right there. It does look kind of weird that it looks kind of weird that it puts grass down, but we're in the dirt. But maybe if we do this. There, maybe that looks okay. Because what we can do is we'll take. This is like the episode that'll never die. But honestly, oh, what the heck? We got some serious ground deformation in here. All right, let's fix something here. I wasn't banking on that. Anyways, yeah. So this is the episode that'll never die. It just bugs me that I guess I'm not used to doing these kind of this kind of gameplay where things really don't happen very quickly. So I figured, well, at least if we can get the chickens in here and between the chickens, the greenhouse, where'd that tree go? The chicken and the greenhouses and having some money in the bank after cutting down all of these trees, I guess I'll feel satisfied that we got something done today. At least in the game. Okay, so we want to flatten. Let's see, we'll start, assuming these things are going to be reproducing. I'm not going to buy 60. This holds 150. What's the ratio of chicken to rooster? Anybody know? Let me know. All right, so we're gonna go hang tight, chickens. You don't have anything to eat right yet, but we're gonna go bring one last load of logs over to the town. We'll pick up some chicken food, and then I think we can feel satisfied with today. What do you think? We got cut down a ton of trees. We'll have started our journey. We got producing some lettuce and tomatoes. Nope, still too heavy. And we'll start making eggs. So that's great. Anyways. Let's get ourselves some chicken food and get home. So you probably noticed there's a couple logs on the wall. I don't know, maybe you didn't notice because it would be time doing it in time lapse, but there are a couple logs in the grass. Look at this thing. I think we'll find some opportunities here in the sale items, but okay. So we need to figure out what I can carry. Yeah, like if I can buy single bags of chicken food, then that's a good thing. Right there. Let's buy one and see what it looks like. I don't want a pallet. This is 50 liters. Okay, well, let's buy a couple. There. Start with 4. Oh, shoot. You know what? This is this trailer. Yeah, shoot. Look. That's kind of weird the way it does that, but we're going to have to dump. Great. That's not what I wanted, but. I think I might have screwed something up here. Yeah, I think we might have a problem. Okay, quick restart of the game and maybe we're okay. But basically what I think is happening here... Okay, I should still be able to pick those up. This trailer is it's not just a flatbed trailer. I can load seed and stuff into this trailer and it'll carry grain and stuff. So I've emptied one of the bags into the trailer inadvertently. So we'll have to try to dump that, I guess, for the chickens. I didn't, anyways, whatever. Let's head back there. We'll feed those chickens and we'll call it a day. All right, we're creeping up the hill for one last time today. Let's hope my theory of Farming Simulator being a series of disappointments isn't one more disappointment coming up here as we try to feed these chickens. But this, so this is a tipper trailer. So I do have it set to tip to the left. And I have these, what we'll do is we'll try to get these bags out first. Didn't really want to have to drive the trailer all the way in here, but in the end, oh, look at them. They're ready for some food. Okay, let's do this. So as soon as I pick up the bag, it starts emptying. Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. And then we'll, oh yeah, look at this. There's something wrong with this food. There's definitely something wrong with this food. The second I pick it up, look, the HUD disappears. They lose kind of all functionality. Okay, so is this going to be... All right, bear with me a second. We're probably going to cut back and I'll have them fed because I think it's just... I'm going to have to restart the game each time. Yeah, okay. I don't know what happened. I might have lost a bag. I don't know what's going on here. Let's get this trailer out of the way. Let's see what it says is what's in here. I can't see anything now. Okay, well, that's definitely not a lot of food, but I put 200 liters of food there, so that should give them something to eat overnight, and the next episode we'll make a point to... Don't worry, chickens, in the next episode we'll make a point to feed you right away. We'll use the, I think what we'll do, knowing this is a tipper trailer, we'll use the forklift at the store to put a bunch of food into this. And then that'll be it. So, in saying that, we got a lot done today. Now, granted, we don't have a house built. I think at the beginning I said we were going to have a house built by the end of this. We don't. We still have a tent. But man, we cut down a lot of trees, moved a lot of wood. I wish I could tell you how much money we have. I probably can. We've got $31,000. Oh yeah, does it say how much? I thought we were in May. Anyways, maybe we're still in April. So we've sold a considerable amount of wood. We've got a little over 30 grand in the bank, and our HUD's disappeared. I don't have it turned off. It's on. So who knows? Who knows? Hopefully it saves properly and we don't just lose everything that we did today, but we'll have the video proof because it's been recording. So anyways, we're another episode or maybe more away before we start farming and start taking advantage of this view. Anyways, thanks for putting up. Hopefully I found some good music for you to enjoy those long, arduous time lapses. And who knows how long this episode will be, but thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you when we do another one. Bye-bye.